There's a boom going off in western North Dakota. In fact, 2 booms. In October, the boom can be heard in the pheasant fields, but the biggest boom comes from the oil fields. Ringnecks and oil fields, the adventure coming up.
Rooster Tales, presented by Pheasants Forever.
Welcome to the show. Changes are happening to our landscape all around us. As hunters, we tend to take notice when our resources are affected. Ron Shera took a road trip to western North Dakota, where oil fields and roosters now mix.
Once upon a time, time stood still out here in western North Dakota, where endless prairie reaches for the sky, where wild critters outnumber the country folk, where 2 bird hunters could search for ringnecks and never see another soul. Okay, girl, okay.
We'll try to walk on one guy on one side and one on the other side and push it in towards the middle.
Okay.
Good shooting. I hope there's some birds in there.
Hunt them up, Raven. Hunt them up, girl.
Oh, rooster! Oh!
Dang. There's another one. We should have had him. Kick out a rooster.
Yeah,
Another one. Another one. Okay, North Dakota ringnecks still fly hard and fast, but their bird's eye view of their prairie home will never be the same. Never. Finding oil is nothing new to this Wild West landscape. The Riser Ranch was the first, back in 1951. But America's thirst for oil never has waned, and a few years ago, North Dakota's oil was rediscovered, thanks to new technology, something called fracking, that has and will change everything. The state now ranks second only to Texas in oil production. Just look around. Residents of Watford City, North Dakota, used to think they were immune to traffic jams and growing pains. Mark Ency, a local pheasant hunter who works for the local school, has seen it all the changes.
These are apartment complexes for Power Fuels Oil Company, and only for them.
But what do oil booms do to hunting ringnecks? We intended to find out. Where cows graze over oil-rich land, surely there must be room for a wily ringneck, huh? Okay, Raven.
Here as we'll try to hit this little patch. We saw a rooster run over along the sidelines of the stubble, fly into the creek part here.
Okay.
I don't know if there might be 1 or 2 hiding out in here. The cover's not real heavy yet.
Birdie here. Something was here. Sure enough, there was something birdie in the air. Did you nail one, Mark? Good dog. Good dog.
Right here, Annie. Good girl. Hand!
He's a beauty like they all are, huh?
Yeah, colored real nice. Annie, come.
Oh yes, one more thing hasn't changed in North Dakota. It's still big country, and somewhere out there, more ringnecks are hiding. Maybe we'll find the needle in the haystack tomorrow.
Rooster Tales is brought to you by Franke Guns, Mountain Dew, B&W Trailer Hitches, Watson Hunting Camp, and by Star Bank. This segment of Rooster Tales is brought to you by North Dakota Tourism. Start your journey at NorthDakotaLegendary.com.
If you've never been to western North Dakota to chase ringnecks, you're in for a big surprise.
Oh, God.
Oh, there are birds if you can find them. They roam big country, fly hard, fly fast. That's why it's called hunting.
Oh, darn.
But back in the small town of Watford City, there's another surprise for a visiting bird hunter. Ringnecks might be easier to find than a place to sleep.
There are so many people sleeping in their trucks, no place for them to reside. And also the city of Watford has a great need for lodging.
Less than 5 years ago, life changed drastically for the local residents of Watford City when new oil pumping technology called fracking created an oil boom.
So all of a sudden, everything started happening. Our courthouse was overrun with landmen who were basically releasing all the property in McKenzie County of the minerals. And then we started seeing the drilling activity, and everything exploded. 3 to 4 years ago, we were a town of 1,500, perfectly right-sized. All the restaurants, all the banks, all the services were perfect for our community. Today, nobody knows how many people we have here. We're estimating within 3 miles circuit of our city limits, we're probably at 10,000 people going up. You know, from our standpoint as a newspaper, like I tell my staff, which is very small, that we are really, truly rewriting the history of a community. I would say it's very similar to a gold rush.
Gold means money. So does oil.
Most truck drivers that are hauling crude or fresh water have capabilities of making in excess of $100,000, which is a lot of money. But they need a lot of money because with no housing available, we have a lot of what we would refer to as temporary workforce housing. Most of that ends up being a camper. If they don't have a camper, they can be in a cabin, and it's not what you would think of as a one-room cabin, probably 400 square feet, $2,500 a month.
Out on the prairie, ranchers who own their mineral rights also have felt the boom. At the bank.
If they own 640 acres of mineral rights, yes, they could have $1 million in royalties a month.
However, the oil money has brought new worries. What's at risk and at what price?
Boy, just from getting from point A to point B takes a lot longer than it used to. You just don't drive up to the stop sign and stop and then go. You stop and you're hoping that there isn't 5 miles of traffic, and that's the truth because it can come from any direction. Go up to those trees and walk that draw all the way down. That'll be a pretty good walk.
An avid pheasant hunter since age 11, does he worry about bird habitat going away?
Not a lot. I mean, there's always things that take its toll, but places where we've hunted, it's still good. In 15 years, 10 years, who knows, there may be more oil activity out here and mess those things up.
There's a lot of things associated with the oil that impacts wildlife, without a doubt. I mean, just the sheer traffic that goes on out here impacts the wildlife. I don't see a lessening in the number of pheasants. I don't think that there will be a less opportunity for people to hunt pheasants.
We're kind of on the edge of being in real good pheasant country. You know, some years, this year is a good year. We've got pretty good numbers, but we've had years where you can't hardly scare up a rooster. So the winters get so hard on them, I think.
Oil companies drilling the native prairie say they are aware of wildlife habitat issues. So says Kelly Gelstrup, operations manager for Mitchell's Oilfield Services.
Once they get it drilled and they get this well into production, then it's all put back into a natural grass for the habitat and so forth. So yes, they're taking a small piece of a property. When they get done, there's like 2 acres. They start out with 5 to 7 or 10 that they're working with, but they bring it all back into a natural state. They work very hard to make sure that the habitat is taken care of.
Rooster Tales is brought to you by South Dakota Tourism Huron, Scent Killer Gold by Wildlife Research Center, Cannon River Ranches, Bonfee, and by Lupient GMC.
Our topic for today is traveling with a young dog or conditioning your puppy to travel.
You know, it's probably one of the most important things, and I always tell people, as soon as you get that puppy home, 7 weeks of age, get them used to being in that vehicle, because when you go hunting, you're going to be in the vehicle. I say, even if you just put them in the vehicle and drive around the block, and do that for at least the first couple of weeks, make it a positive experience, and pretty soon they'll get to the point where they know that that crate is a good place to be. And one other thing that I think really makes it a good place to be is I like feeding those young dogs in the crate to begin with, because when you think about it, when you travel and you go hunting, at the end of the day, you're going to be feeding the dog, and if they're used to eating in that crate, it just makes it easier for them.
Yeah, and I think early on with the young puppy particularly, you'd want to stop every few minutes, and like you say, you're doing this in town anyway.
Right.
As they get a little older, we can go for longer periods of time, but I think most veterinarians recommend that we're stopping every couple hours.
I think that's good, and I know that by the time 2 hours is up, I want to get out of the vehicle too, so it makes it easier. But if you make these short little trips for these puppies, they don't mind being in there for a short period of time. It's a positive experience, and once again, you're just preparing for what you're going to do in the future.
Yeah, take them to a fun place. Take them out, throw some bumpers, put them back. If you go to the vet every time you put them in the truck, they're not going to like it.
Not too long.
For more on this and other topics, go to our website.
Wind and wing shooting, not a good combination.
How many did you get?
You know, I can't hit anything today, but I've missed before, trust me.
Our idea was this. On windy days, ringnecks tend to seek heavy cover, such as cattail sloughs, rather than roam the windy plains. 3 of us would try a pinching move that works, sometimes.
Rooster! What? Another one behind us. And the dog.
You want to walk on top of this thing?
Okay.
And I'll come around from the bottom, because where those bushes are and trees are, there's a pile of them.
When a pinching move works, pandemonium eventually rules. While I worked the edge, Mark and his buddies circled the heavy brush. The pinch began, and so did pandemonium.
Girl. Dump a pheasant in the water so it's like a duck retrieve. Good girl. Atta girl, come on. Good girl. You
got 2 of them in there. You're doing good. There were birds in there. Lots of them, babies. Awesome.
And awesome wasn't over.
Good shot.
Oh, there we go. Good shot, Ron.
Hey, that's two for 2 for me in the drink.
There you go. Right here, right here. Come, bring it. Beautiful.
Beautiful indeed. Every bird hunter hopes that North Dakota's pheasant hunting can survive the oil boom. But speaking of oil, maybe it's time to see what it's all about.
This is a walking rig, so we can actually physically take this whole subsection and actually walk it ahead. We can walk it as far as you want. We have
Drill foreman Rob Winters was nice enough to give us a quick tour.
So they're in the hole right there with the oil. Yeah, they're actually doing up some bolts in the stack there. Oh, this is the headquarters. Yeah, this is where you play your video games.
Okay, not quite as simple as digging with a shovel. As engineers go, you might say I'm a better pheasant hunter.
Rooster Tales is brought to you by Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light Beer. Visit Pierce, South Dakota. Brown's Hunting Ranch. Purina. And by Stillwater Motors.
Ready, girl? All right. Okay, here we go. We have a classic North Dakota day in the fall. Bitter cold wind out of the west, overcast here. And because of the cold and the wind, we tend to think that these birds are going to be in heavier cover. Normally we'd hunt some of these brush patches, but we're going to start in this heavy cattails here and see if they're in there. Here's the last pheasant hunter that was out here.
Well, we can walk back and hit the pond, I guess.
A little snow in the air. Hey, it's October.
I know.
Huh?
It's usually not smart to hunt the same cover in 2 days, but considering the weather, we didn't have much choice.
Rooster!
There's quite a chase for you. Get him, Raven. I've never seen a pheasant swim so fast. Atta girl. Good dog. Another wet pheasant, huh? Another young rooster.
Yep.
Got him a leg. He's gonna die. We'll get that one over there.
It looks like hunting the same cover 2 days in a row was a smart move.
The bird's right in here somewhere. Dead bird, find it. Find it. There it is. Good girl, good girl, good girl. That's why you feed him all year. Boy, he was tucked in there, wasn't he?
Nice long tail on that thing too, even for a young bird.
Well, I only shoot trophies.
So when you miss, what's to blame?
Man, I should have had him.
Good shot, Ron.
Oh, she got it. Oh, good dog. Good. And what do we got there? Point. Oh. Hand. There it was.
Oh, there it is.
Good shot. Wow. Good girl. Good girl. Terrific. Come on, girl. Boy, he had a lot of life in him, yeah. He's an old smart rooster. Good shot. That was a long ways out there.
Yeah.
So it goes in this land so unchanged but changing so fast. Nobody knows what the oil boom will mean to the wild ringnecks who live here, but we do know this: some things never change.
Oh, I missed that one too.
Habitat, habitat, habitat. No matter where you hunt, the most important thing is habitat. Well, it's that time. We've come to the end of the field. Remember, this land is a gift that we all get to enjoy. Take the time to introduce somebody new to the field, and good luck hunting.